welcome.
Command Isebe. Welcome street Kata. Welcome to my channel. Alien Gathering. Streamers Social Space. Streamers Social Space, welcome to my channel. Gamer Kata, welcome to my channel. Rogue RL, welcome to my channel. Streamers Social Space. Alien Gathering, welcome to my channel. Stream Elements, welcome to Commander Root, welcome to my channel. Gamers Lounge, welcome to my channel. Kata, welcome to my channel. Aerovera, welcome to my Ella, welcome to my channel. Rogue RL, welcome to my channel. Tensu, welcome to my channel. Axe, welcome to my channel. Another viewer, welcome to my channel. Alien Gathering, welcome to my channel. Drapsnat, welcome to my channel. Stream Elements, welcome to my channel. Alacidra, welcome to my channel. Restreambot, welcome to my channel. Commander Root, welcome to my channel. Isebe, welcome to my channel. Aerovera, welcome to my channel. Ella, welcome to my channel. Tensu, welcome to my channel. Axe, welcome to my channel. Another viewer, welcome to my channel. Drapsnat, welcome to my channel. Alacidra, welcome to my channel. Restreambot, welcome to my channel.
U 3-4 firme I da sam išao u srednju I osnovnu, on je tad ubijao, brate, Hantu.
Da. I?
Šta I? Čovjek je nenormalan.
Što nenormalno? Ko ti je kriv?
Goodbye for now.
Što nisi igrao Hunt? Jesi mogu da igraš Hunt kad ja? Si mogu da daš otkaz? Daš otkaz i igraš Hunt.
S.W.Frost is now live streaming Diablo 4 quick test.
Da imaš 5 miliona Hunt dolara. Jeee.
Ja si rekao, Milan. Znao. Znao me. 91, znao. Naughty Dog.
Maki.
Maki, vete.
Let's go, everybody. It is time to talk about the monetization of Diablo 4 because they just did a big, chunky old reveal of it. This is something that, obviously, in the light of Immortal, has got us all pretty damn curious. Let's just say. So the vital context you need for this, Blizzard's content teams are chunky. Really chunky. World of Warcraft went up to like 700 plus people. Apparently that team is experiencing attrition due to some policies coming in from the top down that are going against what the game directors of Blizzard's projects are sort of saying to their leaders, which is rather unfortunate. But what we've seen is more monetization, but significantly more content. Very fine sort of balance.
Well, this is usually the meta that a lot of these games have now, is that they add in more content, but there's also more monetization. I think a great example of this is Honkai Star Rail. It's like every fucking day, dude, they're uploading more often than like a lot of YouTubers at this point, with like new stuff all the time.
Right, as an example, World of Warcraft had a almost what you may call a microtransaction for $8, but against the backdrop of a absolute shit ton of content.
Yeah.
You then look at Overwatch 2. While not all has been perfect there, you cannot deny that those seasons somehow have managed to come out, which their plans seem to be, is kind of surprising. And now when we look at Diablo 4, I think we see a game that is trying to have almost that more MMO-like havens, okay? Less World of Warcraft, probably a little bit more Destiny 2. Now, with it all said, this would involve some customization. We're going to find out what that is. I'll tell you, it's probably not today's sponsor. You cannot know what you've not been shown. It's such a big problem in today's algo world. So, that's why today's sponsor, Ground.news/cellular, is here to save us. I got them on board because their culture aligns with ours. You know, cutting through the bullshit, spin, the bias, by NASA engineers, they aggregate news from over 50,000 worldwide sources with full bias breakdowns for all of the different outlets, and as well as what types of outlets.
I think this is like really in demand nowadays. Like a lot of people are I think really fucking sick of every single thing that they look online that has like this massive bias. Or like there's like some critical element of context that's intentionally left out. I think a lot of people are looking to move past that.
That's the cover story, so it actually, whenever you read, it'll know what you read.
Yeah.
That are tailored to your blind spots. I mean, hell, seeing that front page, right? And how it's being covered is just cool. It feels like you're able to just get the combined knowledge, the balance of everything. As an example, the war in Ukraine is something that I want to know what's going on there, right?
Yeah, I would
so having
so.
this is dead handy with work. I've been researching big topics like a while ago the FTX collapse, and of course much more recently the ongoing mess.
I developeri su patchovali igru i sami driveri su
In a world where we
fiksovani.
often find out things because of retweeted headlines or biased, dubious sources, Ground.news
da igram kako ja sebe doživljam, da igram vrlo lagano,
sign up for free then. For
Javanje
Ground, a range of plans starting at under $1 a month. Awesome service. And check them out.
Pa stavi najveći nivo težine i onda se nerviraj kako igra sranje. Tako je moj brat igrao God of War.
Guys, that's just the way it is. Yep. I will say though, if you get the deluxe edition, it does come with the battle pass.
Cosmetics,
so
things
that's
like that. You can pay an extra $20
that's at least
for
nice.
the deluxe edition.
Just the way it is.
You 4 days of early access. So June 2nd release date. It's one of those interesting things. Quite often you have some technical hiccups in that period, but this does solidify June 2nd as the real launch. And at least from my experience, and I think a lot of perceptions, this is a strategy that is extremely effective. I mean, what do you do? Okay, the numbers would have been easier. I could have just said you increase your average price of a sale by like 25%. Not as high a percentage, for $70 instead of $60, but you get the point, right? For almost everybody, and especially
yeah, everybody wants to be there on day one. Of course.
Yeah, that's going to go humongous.
Oh yeah.
And also, since PvP is more of a thing.
Well, I mean, like, I'll give you 2 examples of knowing that this works, right? Is that it worked with Lost Ark. There was over 500,000 people that bought the pre-order version of Lost Ark so they could play the game 3 days early. That's over 500,000 people. Think about how much money that is. That's like literally millions and millions and millions of dollars. So that's number 1. Number 2 is Hogwarts Legacy. Hogwarts Legacy also had like an early access type thing with the deluxe edition, and it was like, again, upper hundreds of thousands of people that bought it. Here's the truth. Making an option to where you can play the game early, and if you pay more money, is super cringe. It's really annoying. It's basically fucking pay to win. And if I was making a game, I'd fucking do it. Because it obviously works. It makes so much money, and it only matters for like the first week of the game, and then after that, people just move on. That's the truth. It's too lucrative and too effective to not do.
It does give people a little bit of a head start there. But we can add to this the collector's edition and $100,
yeah, it's FOMO, yeah.
which is also roughly industry standard.
That's so stupid.
When you actually look at the collector's edition, it looks pretty sick.
It does, but it would look even more sick if the game was in it.
Are usually quite good. You of course get your big, sexy box, pin, cloth map, you know, art book, kind of the whole 9 yards.
I don't understand why they did this.
So that's the sort of thing. I won't really begrudge them too much. I actually, you'll soon see I have my own thoughts on having
pre-order beta next. You understand that they already have that, right? That people that pre-ordered the game were able to play the first weekend beta of Diablo 4. Like, they already had that. Yeah, catch up. Yeah, or KFC. Yeah, or they're double downers.
Something similar to this, which maybe you'll find out about in like a month or two. Anyway, as we go on then, you know, your $7 game, all your various different upsells, which I think will be highly effective. Just look at the number of you know, copies that D3 shipped on launch. Like, this franchise absolutely does the numbers.
Oh
but
yeah,
then, of course,
people
we've
love
got
Diablo.
whatever the hell's after that. So let's take a look at post-launch support. Okay, there are going to be quarterly releases. All right, so not as aggressive as Overwatch 2, but quarterly releases. And
I think that they have to do quarterly releases. I mean, like, even Path of Exile has a battle pass, right?
Yeah,
like they have that Kirax Vault thing. It's like it all keeps popping up over and over.
So, additional gameplay features, quest lines, battle passes, legendary items, class balance changes, quality of life improvements. Also bringing in fresh concepts and ideas to the game. So, seems pretty decent. Our first season starts mid to late July, over a month after the game comes out. Now, they've said that this is because these new seasons will all only be accessible post-campaign, right? So seasonal content, campaign, that's why they're doing that sort of delay. But it's not going to be a direct continuation of the campaign. They're going to leave that to the expansions. And they also...
Yeah, I think that makes sense, right? The beginning of the game is basically a beta. Okay, why do you think Collector's Edition should include the same price and Blizzard's giving out stuff for free? Well, I just think the Collector's Edition, if you spend $100 on a box full of stuff about the game, I just think they should give you a key to the game. Like, I don't know, I think that's...
More of these gonna be fine.
Like, what would that what would happen then? Like, maybe, oh my god, like, we're selling too many collector's editions? Like, what the fuck? Yeah, I don't know, I think that's like...
So confirmed that the story can be skipped after the first time you've completed it, which of course just means you don't have to redo the story on your season characters. Overall then, this in itself is kind of interesting, right?
Okay.
You look at Destiny. One of the things people, I think, sometimes liked in Destiny was the progression of plot, or at least the progression of lore between those seasons. Maybe we will still see that, lore hints, things like that.
I'm sure there might be like a couple of little things added in with the first season, right? Like they might have like a new capstone boss that wasn't in on the very base release, and they're saving that for the season. But in terms of like an actual like big amount of content, like story content, no, it's not going to happen in the first season.
That kind of, you know, weird live service way of storytelling that doesn't involve a shitload of content. But yeah, I think this is basically them wanting to get all that engagement, but still wanting the idea of a new expansion, a big new story, a big new villain. Super exciting.
Oh yeah, that's what PoE does, is they have expansions. Even though you don't pay for them. It's like, you know, like the Conquerors of the Atlas. And then the War for the Atlas, you know, all these ones, the Fall of Oriath, you know, yeah, and that stuff was cool. It is cool. Sales, yeah.
Sales. Anyway, this also does follow something that Call of Duty's been doing. And I really have found this to be interesting because a lot of the modern Call of Duty games, whenever you boot them up and play them, you click in the store and you're like, what? There's a bundle that gives money to the Call of Duty endowment for veterans, and there's basically not much else in the way of monetization. This is loothy. That's when the season starts. That's when the monetization comes in. So this kind of will happen. Kind of gives the game then that new marketing boost as the season drops. It's time to re-engage, and that is where all of your sort of optional spend comes in.
Well, that's where you're already going to make your money, because those people are already invested into the game. They already care about the game a lot. They're not going to leave at that point if they're still playing it after a month because of monetization. Like, heavy monetization is only going to alienate people that are like really super casual.
This also has the very handy thing
and like
of allowing them to dodge having to show off any particular pricing or anything like that.
Yeah, it's FOMO because they're invested at that point.
As an example, Modern Warfare 2 looked like a pretty damn, good, fair experience when you actually look at that on launch. And then very recently with its DMZ mode, we've seen multiple, cosmetic bundles that do happen to have a gameplay benefit, which is a bit scummy. Now, to go and talk about
how convenient, yeah. I heard DMZ wasn't very good. I remember I had a friend that was like really excited for it, and after it released,
journey then. This will be familiar to people who have played games like this. It's designed to showcase all the seasonal content to players by giving you chapters.
By the way, I am a big advocate. I think season journeys are great. I'm a huge advocate of season journeys. I think Diablo 4 is even farther. They should have an elite, like, fucking neckbeard season journey where it's like, fucking get level 100 on 3 classes. Beat the capstone bosses on all of those classes. Collect every single legendary in the game. And if you do all of those, Diablo literally sends you a t-shirt for that league. They fucking print one out, they bite the bullet, they pay the money, and they send it to you. And I guarantee you, the next time that BlizzCon happens, you're gonna see a bunch of fat, 30-year-old men walking around with those t-shirts on. And they're gonna be, this is the proudest day of their life. And they're gonna see other guys with the t-shirts, they're gonna be like, they're gonna tip their fedoras at each other. They're like, yeah, a fellow gentleman.
Made up of individual missions.
They need to do that.
If you click on it here, you can see exactly what it looks like. You've got your different chapters of the seasonal journey, and essentially just what a lot of players want. They want to have a clear goal, and they want something that just says, hey there, gamer, this is what you can go and do to move your way through this.
I think season journeys are fine.
Grinding out a Paragon level by killing a bunch of mobs, or grinding XP by winning matches in Halo Infinite or something. Something like this allows Blizzard to have it be a little bit more designed. Pretty damn clear.
Every game does this because it works.
It's pretty obvious. Now all of this stuff is free, right? So you complete these missions, you see some of the new content, you get rewards. This is free stuff. But if you also participate in the season, every challenge that you do awards you with favor. Completing quests gives you favor, joining events gives you favor, just generally doing stuff in the game gives you favor. Now, based on this screenshot, this is not necessarily something that's marked in super discrete numbers. You'll rather just see things that say, like, look at this, reward, larger favor drop. So we're earning favor. What does favor do? Well, of course, favor takes us through the Battle Pass. Yes. Oh. Woohoo! We're back. The Battle Pass. Yes. Oh. Woohoo! We're back.
So fucking funny. I don't know why, it's just so fucking funny to see that.
Back. Battle Passes. It's one of those things for a long time that have been seen to work. There have been good implementations of this. Not to be sitting here praising Halo Infinite, but the way that Halo Infinite guarantees that you do not, like, lose things that you've purchased. Persistent model like that is really good. Obviously, Battle Passes, we're now getting very fatigued by them as an industry. Because basically every single game is saying, hey, we need X hours. That's just what we need from new game.
Yeah, no, I think it's true that, like, Battle Passes were great, but there will be a point of, like, saturation. Where, like, because everybody has Battle Passes, people don't want to buy them anymore because they're going to have to, like, focus on all of these different games. Like, if you have a Battle Pass for one game, that's $20. But if you need to buy a battle pass in 5 different games, that's $100.
To the point, I think, where people are just beginning to be really tired of being asked for that. Okay, so there's a little bit of a look at the battle pass. We've got 27 free tiers and 63 premium tiers. This will last for 3 months, and it ain't a Halo Infinite, crew. It cannot be completed after that. And it can only...
I don't know why you can't complete old battle passes in future seasons. I don't really see, like, what's the... Like, what's the upside for the player? FOMO? Yeah? I mean... Sure, like, I just don't see that as, like, that's maybe an upside for them. Like, I don't know. I would be less, like, personally, if I knew that I had to complete the battle pass inside of that season, and I knew I was falling behind, I wouldn't even want to log on, because I knew I was behind. I think that it can have the opposite effect psychologically. Maybe I'm the exception. But personally, it doesn't affect me that way.
Be progress on seasonal cards. Now, the free tiers will give you cosmetics, which are framed as being class agnostic. They give you smoldering ashes, which can be spent on blessings, right? So these are things like player-controlled boosts to XP, gold, and obol earnings during a season. Now, these are gameplay changes, and these are basically character level limited. So you actually cannot apply them unless your character reaches an appropriate level. And the reason why they've done this is that you can't just buy a whole bunch of tier skips, then get all of these boosts, and then hyper-optimize your way like right up to the top with those boosts. So that's something they're doing to just sort of control the flow of progress there, to maintain balance between the people who are and are not paying, which, yeah, you know, that's good. I think in a game like this, XP boosts and stuff, they can actually be kind of fun. They can certainly be a very meaningful reward, given how...
I think that experience boosts for alts is totally fine. I think that if you have to pay for it, it sucks, but if it's on the free track of the battle pass, I don't see that being an issue. Yeah, that's... okay, cool. Fine.
This genre is very much codified along the lines of grind and time equals money. So, our premium tiers then, they are very explicitly framed in regards to what they are not. But we don't have a ton of detail on the actual content. So, the upgraded track has 0 in-game power, instead has cosmetics unique to that season, and the platinum currency. So platinum is a premium currency that you cannot earn in-game. You can only buy it with real money. And
I wish they would make it illegal to do that. I don't see it as being... I feel like it's because the reason why every game has like these secondary currencies is so they can confuse the buyer on like how much money they're actually spending. So like if the foundation of why you have this is to deceive the consumer, why hasn't the government stepped in and tried to fucking like regulate this? Like where is the government for this? That's crazy. Like I thought that's what they're for. What the fuck? It's technically scam. Yeah, it's intentionally trying to confuse you and make it harder for you to understand how much money you're spending. Because boomers to understand, we just need a few more boomers to have their kid rack up $900 in fucking microtransaction fees, and then we'll see those guys on the fucking Senate floor getting grilled. But until then, yeah, you're right. You don't even know what's happening. Yeah, I hate premium currencies. I think they have... there is no... Again, it's like removing battle pass things. But like this is different because like battle pass tiers and shit like that, that's like just video game shit. Like this is real money being spent. And I just think it's ridiculous that we have premium currencies. I don't know why they exist. They're manipulative, yeah, they're just manipulative. There's nothing more to it than that.
Battle passes. So, let's take a look at our pricing then. The battle pass is the basic one. You then have the Premium Battle Pass, which is $9.99, giving you access to the 63 premium tiers of the pass.
Znaš kad dvojica pričaju čemu govore.
Battle Pass. Are you old? Are you old and crusty? Like, you know, I mean, I'm 28. I'm ancient, but do you want to be a zoomer? Do you want to be a zoomer and zoom through your Battle Pass?
Yes.
Well, you can do that for $25, where you will get 20 tier skips and the Wings of the Creator.
Oh, wow.
Emote. Now, Blizzard also confirmed to Kotaku that the tier skips are otherwise $2 each. And
so you could complete all of the Battle Pass with, what would that be, $46 of the free Battle Pass? That's not too bad.
That the Accelerator Pass
Neki put mora koji si štrajkove priče dosta.
Aha, yeah, so it's not just time equals money, it's also saying, hey, do you want to be that VIP? Well, you'll get it.
I don't really care a lot about that. I mean, you have to spend money and you get a stupid emote, like, who cares? I mean, the problem that I have with, like, video game monetization is, like, things that are intentionally manipulative. Like, this isn't intentionally manipulative. You could say it's scummy, but, like, the person goes into it, they know what they're buying, and they're buying it. You know, it's not, this isn't like gambling, it's not like some fucking random chance. You spend money, you buy the stupid thing, and you get it, right? I mean, people sold pet rocks. I mean, this is just a pet rock in a fucking video game, as far as I'm concerned. Especially when argument, they need currency that's high tier and cannot be converted to dollars, but useful things should also cost dollars. Oh yeah, no, it's okay if there is a currency, but I think that next to it, there should be a dollar amount for every there should be a required dollar amount that is shown side by side with the premium currency cost. So it should say like 500 platinum bars or, you know, $9.73.
So, the cosmetic shop, now, let's talk about that. So, the very first thing the Blizzard said about this shop, they wanted to be clear, because I think they know that if they cock this up, they'll be murdered. It is just that you do not need to engage with it. And, of course, this is a challenging thing for Blizzard, because they are going up against an industry where people are very used to things like games, like, I mean, very obviously Path of Exile. But a lot of it comes down to a concept called price anchoring.
Well, PoE, yeah, I'm sure he'll explain it. I'll wait for him to do it. But in PoE, PoE is very different. PoE does sell some quality of life, and I would argue that if you don't have stash tabs, you are playing the game at a massive fucking disadvantage. Does that mean that you can't play the game without stash tabs? No. You can play the game without stash tabs. I think that for paying $70, you should never have to pay for convenience. Like, I don't care about cosmetics, that's whatever. But pay for convenience, I think, is so much worse than cosmetics. Like, it's so fucking bad. Because as soon as you add pay for convenience into a game, you've just created a profit incentive for a game to be inconvenient.
I'm sure you'll be aware of, right? It's like you always you process new information in regards, or you know, with a strong consideration of what you previously expected. So it's like if I go to you and say, I'll do the thing, it'll cost $3 grand, and you say, no, that's too much money, and I'll say, okay, I'll do it for $2.5. And then you'll be like, oh wow, that's a $500 discount. Fantastic.
800% value. Price anchoring is extremely useful. It's a great negotiation technique, and everybody should know how to do it. And should be aware of that.
Well, it only looks like a deal because I anchored it at $3 grand. And it's like that with video game business models. Again, I'd bring up Halo Infinite as a good example there, because people...
Yeah, like they'll have things and they'll say it's 80% off. But like the 80%, the original price is just the anchor for you to feel like the 80% price is a great deal. But it's just a line of code that they can replicate infinitely with no problem. It has no actual value.
Anchored into the idea of an old Halo progression system.
It's actually illegal. It's actually illegal in some countries. It's not illegal in all countries, and it's not illegal in all circumstances. even the countries that it is illegal in, at least I know I looked at this, like somebody linked me, like they said it was like in Brazil. Like it's only illegal in certain circumstances. Or no, maybe it was Australia. It was like it was either that or Australia. I don't remember which one.
You just get all the armor stuff, you know, yourself, and then the deal changed. So that's why Blizzard are going to be very, very careful with this. So they argue that there are, well, I don't know if they're arguing, they're claiming that there are hundreds of transmogs, weapons, pieces of armor, including dozens of armor sets, all available to players at launch.
I think that's true. I think that there are a lot of really cool sets of gear in the game. Yeah, that's fine.
And that everything in the cosmetic shop is to give additional options. More importantly, and this is bolded in Blizzard's original text, so they want you to know this is important.
Oh yeah.
None of the cosmetics sold in the shop provide you anything greater than aesthetic variety. And they also make a point of saying that the dark, gritty elements of Diablo will be reinforced via all cosmetics.
Thank God. So it's not like they're gonna have a cosmetic like in Lost Ark where you're walking around fighting a fucking demon of pestilence and you're a goddamn hot dog with a Ronald McDonald hammer. It really kind of kills the immersion of fighting a con, huh? It's like, let's take down Vultan, the Demon Lord Commander. Let's see, what do I have next to me? I've got Barney. We've got, let's see, oh, this is an OnlyFans girl, and we've also got Ronald McDonald, and, okay, Jotaro. Great. Yeah, and a Mokoko. Perfect.
And this additionally means some shop cosmetics will be class specific, but this mostly seems to be suggesting that they won't be doing wacky skins, such as, well, remember Battlefield Santa? Players got a little bit confused over. Now, as for how the shop is going to work, explicitly something that you may never engage with, other than using it for, like, the platinum that you'll get via the Battle Pass. That it's for self-expression, not power, that they will be rotating cosmetics on a consistent basis, but the shop will be intelligent. Yes, a smart shop that will recommend to you cosmetics that fit
How much you want to bet that the AI on the shop is going to be better than on Lilith whenever the boss fight comes in?
Style and aesthetic of your current character. And that's one of those funny things, right? It reminds me of like advertising personalization.
Last of Us.
Because by default, whenever an app or a website says, would you like a personalized advertisement experience? What do you immediately do? You think, hell no! Get out of me! You hit the no button, and then all the adverts are random shite. Whereas, how many times do you have a situation where, you know, obviously, these sites that are left on you, a brand that thinks that you are their customer, they reach out to you, they can do that via advertising, so they use a targeted ad in order to get in front of you, and that's how a lot of people maybe see some sort of brand on whatever algorithmically generated social media platform that they're using, and they think, oh, that advert actually looks interesting to me, I'll use that. So it's that interesting thing where you can look at a Halo Infinite, and I kind of
I don't give a fuck if they have the store that gives you personalized ads. I don't care about this, it doesn't really matter. If the game is fine, I'll buy things on the store. Like, it's not a big deal. Like, as long as there are cool cosmetics, and there are cosmetics that you can unlock for beating capstone challenges in the game, and like accomplishments that have like visual appeal, see, oh shit, somebody achieved this, they got this is really cool, then I don't see the problem with them having cosmetics and shit like that in the store. However, I don't see a problem with it in the context of that's just the way it is. I'm sure a lot of you guys probably feel the same way that I do, that I wish that we could go back to the days where whenever you went to and you saw somebody with a cool set of armor, the first place you checked was Atlas Loot and not the store.
Halo Infinite up a lot because it's a really good example of a failure that wasn't just like a failure of like Turbo Greed or anything. It was a failure of just being just a squid. It was just like Halo Infinite. Yeah, okay. Where one of the things people criticized it of was your shop's boring. So it's interesting there. This is one of those things where you'll see this and be like, this is blatant profiteering, using an algorithm to make me spend more money. Whereas it's also just ensuring there will be things that you actually might be interested in. So I think that's an interesting little brain teaser.
I don't think it's a big deal. Like, if you're playing a barbarian, they're gonna show you a skin for barbarians. Oh, okay. I mean, this isn't exactly, you know, fucking 1984 here. Like, I get it.
Now, class-specific items will be on the account level, not the character level.
That's great.
Diablo Immortal. And as a result, cross-purchases are available. So any platinum or cosmetics that are on PC will, of course, be available on console. For me, this is a fairly... well, the idea of cross-progression is a fairly major thing. I think that, well, I know this game runs and feels fantastic on console, because that's actually how I played it originally. But I would like the option on PC, so that is good. Now, they also stress that there's a preview function that is a key element of the store, and the reason why they've done that is to let somebody fully inspect the cosmetic. It's a little bit like what they did in FF14, where I think basically your character goes to sleep in a bed in an inn, and then can dream of what the microtransactions look like on them, which is, again, that thing of like, well,
yeah, that's clever.
I actually see what it is. And then finally, they end by showing us some paired sets, which are framed in a way to suggest that the in-game look can be just as cool. So let's take a look at this then. We have our in-game look over here, which, alright, pretty sweet. We have our paid look, maybe a bit cooler, but...
Personally, I think this one looks way cooler. It reminds me of the, you know, like those big guys in Elden Ring that have like those like chains. Reminds me a lot of them. So yeah, I like this one more, but I think the other one is really cool too. Yeah, I mean Gladiator is another example with like the helmet, but that's the first one that I can think of.
I mean,
but both of these are cool.
This doesn't.
Hoćeš da kreneš s početka, ja mogu napraviti novog karaktera, mi je problem.
Now.
Pa može li se to igrati multiplayer ili šta?
Da, može. Koliko ide? 2 do 4 igrača.
A da, igrat ćemo da svi
the cosmetics.
Remnant from the Ashes.
To ti je ista ekipa koja je napravila originalni Hunt. Oni su napravili Hunt Horrors of Gilded Age, tako se zvala igra. Pucačina iz trećeg lica. I jebi ga, ne stalo pare, ne nešto, i igru su otkazali. I onda ono što je stalo od igre, to ti je sad Hunt Showdown. A taj drugi deo ekipe koji je ono napustio Krajtek, oni su napravili Remnant from Ashes.
I mean, honestly, I think these both look sick, so I really like them both. But again, these are cherry-picked examples that are there to prove their point. The example here is legendary armor from gameplay on the left, and then armor cosmetics over on the right. So look, really, so far,
I think that it's not even about whether there's cool armor sets in the game. I think that there needs to be cool armor sets and cool item skins that you get for completing challenges in the game. Because that's what really matters. It's not like how cool your character looks, it's what you have to differentiate yourself from other people. Like achievements and shit. Yeah, like challenge stuff.
And that's not the dirtiest thing. Because, well, from my perspective, which is what I've always said with mounts in World of Warcraft, people will accept more of that microtransaction stuff if they feel like size are being built.
Yeah. That's why people are so mad about it in like WoD and BFA, but people don't give a fuck as much about the store stuff in WoW nowadays, is that WoW is bringing out a lot of content, and so people are like, oh, well, you know, they added this thing into the store, but they also added this thing into the game, so we don't really care as much. And also people gave up. Yeah, true.
Whenever people started talking about, you know, World of Warcraft, Warlords of Paymore, that was because in Warlords of Draenor, the in-game mounts were often just like reskinned boars that had this really bad animation where they shuffled along, but in order for the animation to actually look fast enough, they basically looked like they were a bunch of poked up boars.
Yeah, they're like
while at the same time,
they fixed
we had a bunch of really nice in-game store cosmetics.
Jebate koliko ova igra puna bugova, jebo matere. Ovo ne treba nikad više u životu upalit, znaš.
Look at those ones in the store, and then you could even look at situations in the game where you're like...
Yeah, like they even had mounts in the game. Like, for example, they had Fey Dragons, and they had Fey Dragons all over in Shadow Moon Valley, but you couldn't get a single Fey Dragon in-game, but you could get 7 different orbs. And the only way you could get a Fey Dragon that's, like, constantly being effectively advertised through just playing through the game, the only way you could get one is if you went to the store. It was so stupid.
That's the... What? Why does this base... Why is this base where a store mount is grown? Because that would be to people a little bit like, you know, finding Netherwing in the Burning Crusade. But you can't get the Netherwing Drake in-game because instead it's on the store.
That's actually a really good comparison. Yeah, it's like imagine if you got the reputation with the Netherwing Drakes, and then at the end you just got a trinket. And if you wanted to get them out, you had to buy it on the store. That's exactly how WoD felt.
That's the thing that feels terrible. Whereas right now, I will roll my eyes and groan at how they're doing some of the monetization in World of Warcraft. However, I will at least feel that the content deliverance end of that bargain is, you know, is significantly more healthy. I think that's one of the reasons.
Yeah, you can have microtransactions and you can have a dog shit content release schedule. But you can't have both and not expect people to get mad.
A eto I Snake je za to da se igra.
Generally more okay. Now they did have some dramas, of course, but they were generally more accepting of their in-game store.
Imaš, znaš kakve stvari imaš da radiš tamo. Imaš recimo quest da pucaš, recimo dođe ti NPC, recimo kaže da će te pustiti da prođeš ako recimo vas dvojica se pobijete i onda imaš opciju da odbiješ i onda on puca u tebe. I onda morate da ubijete bossa. Imaš opciju recimo da ja napadnem Drakulu i da ono radimo PvP. I ko od nas dvojice pobedi dobije perk.
Šta će se toga raditi?
Da, dobiješ perk. Ovaj drugi ne, ali dobije jedan. A ako nađeš sat, imaš da nađeš sat od čaleta od toga bandita i sa tim satom on ti kaže ja kao ti si kao, ne znam, to je od mog čaleta kao ono i ti mu daš sat, on ti da armor set. I kažem ti imaš treću opciju da ubiješ toga bandita. To je samo jedan primjer, ali ima takvih ko ćeš fora.
I think it's the
kao smetaš mu već.
That Alexander, I think 8.
Opet server rađape, opet jebe kevu.
People are pretty pissed about that. But otherwise, yeah, people are okay with it.
Džape, opet me server vraća, znaš.
And content cadence that was very reliable that engendered just, you know,
Tebe ne, jel?
So, that's what's going on here. There is the other side here of D4's development certainly having some issues.
A kak je, ovo ne treba više paliti ovu igru uopšte, znaš.
I think my future at Blizzard, my days are numbered. One current member of the D4 team said to Kotaku. They said some others in their team have already given notice. None of the managers agree with the return to office policy. And I know, like, with this return to office thing,
yeah, that's something
like,
that's
I'm recording in an office right now. I don't have a problem going into the office. And I know a lot of the comments down below, people being like, fucking Californians can't go into the office. And, you know, there's a bit of me that can get that. Like, my dad he did a construction company. He spent every day, you know, and he still at like 68 works on site, you know, installing windows and shit.
All right.
And you know, I did all the hard labor when I was a kid. It was important. So, you know, I do have that like little bit of, you know, just have it easy. I do have that ingrained in me. I will admit that. But there is another side to it. It's about competitiveness in the job market, because we're actually in a...
in my opinion, I think that, like, yeah, I think there's value for, like, getting together in person and collaborating. I think it does have high value. I think making people come in 4 or 5 or maybe even 3 days a week is too much, though, especially in a job that you have to do everything electronically. There's zero value? No, I don't think there's zero value. I think that there is value. But I don't think that there is 100% value is what I'm trying to say. So, I think also another factor is like just the logistics of having to go to work in Irvine whenever you live in California. You're talking like this is like a minus 2 or 3 hours to your day. Like that's what it really comes down to. And so, do you want to delete 3 hours of your day for no reason?
Milane.
Probably not.
Pretty tight labor market from what I understand. And that means if Big Daddy Riot is or Bungie, right? If Bungie's going to say, we will give you slightly more money for the same job and you have more flexibility, then someone at Blizzard's going to say like, okay, I guess the return to office policy is a pretty damn excuse for me to take this deal at a competing company.
And also, like, another factor with this, too, was that people were hired at Blizzard during COVID and during the work-from-home era that didn't live in California, and they weren't really made aware that this would ever happen. So they lost their... Like, they basically were like, they were being told, like, hey, now you have to move to California to adhere to this new policy, even though they were hired remotely to begin with. Which is like, that sucks.
You know, we can take this away from this, I think where some of the discussion goes by default, of just being like, oh, go into the office, you know, man up. We could take it away from that and go into the other side of like, well, what would you do in that situation? The offer's better over there. Blizzard are making themselves less competitive as an employer. Therefore, that can hurt their content, right? So it's one of those things where I think it is a total red herring to just say, oh,
yeah, why? It doesn't have anything to do with like what's right or what's fair. If one guy's going to give you an ice cream cone, but another guy is going to give you 5 ice cream cones, where you're going to go the guy that gives you 5 ice cream cones. Well, actually, probably not. Maybe you're on a diet. One guy's going to give you $1, or another guy's going to give you $10. Well, you're going to go to the guy that gives you $10, right? Do you deserve to have a random person just give you $1? No. Do you deserve to have a random person just give you $10? No. But if you've got to choose between one or the other, you're going to go with the 10.
Koje 8, 13 stepeni, druže.
People choose the best option.
Not often go to the office. I think that's complete red herring in this. If you want to, you know, take that very free market approach to things, you would then say, well, okay, in the jobs market, who is willing to offer more salary, better benefits, and more working flexibility, right? So, you know, I can come at this from the, you know, I can play the lefty angle, I can play the big free market angle, I can do whichever one you want. In any one of those dimensions, Blizzard loses here, right? And that's kind of my point. You know, because sometimes a lot of these can feel very politicized and very, you know, fiery whenever we talk about the return to work policies.
Well, I think a lot of people are negative about Blizzard employees being unhappy about return to work because they have to return to work. So they say, well, why did they get to stay home if I don't have to stay home? Or if I have to go back? It's like crabs in a bucket mentality. Well, they can't have it good because I don't have it good. So boring.
But at the end of the day, no matter what way you look at it, other people are willing to give a better deal, and that means Blizzard will take the L. That's just how it is, right? Basically, development being a bit of a shit show. And this is not a Diablo 4 team thing, this is a World of Warcraft thing, but there was somebody who was a producer who was just tweeting like, yeah, you know, we kind of have to like make crisis maps of what content we can cut. Because people keep on...
It's also like a big factor too, is like people probably don't want to work at Blizzard anymore because like, you know, you announce you work at Riot and people are like, oh wow, that's super cool, like I like Valorant, or oh, I used to play League, but it made me hate my wife, so I don't play it anymore. Well, like, you work at Blizzard, and, like, people see that, they're like, oh, wow, so did you molest anybody? Did you drink any breast milk lately? Oh, let me guess, did you kill another game? Why is WoW bad nowadays? It used to be so good, and it sucks now. Like, it's just like the social, cachet is a lot lower than it used to be in 2005. 2010.
We've got producers at Blizzard working in World of Warcraft who are just like, ah, fantastic, there's our plan. Oh dear, a bunch of people have left. Now to change the plan. I think 10.1 is actually, at its core, and especially if it hadn't all came out right, it's a fantastic patch. It is a patch that in terms of what it does to the gearing system of the game, which if you don't play WoW, just look, TLDR, major. One of the biggest wins I think we've had to a foundational pillar of World of Warcraft in a long time. Yeah, it came out with a fuckload of bugs. Some content were like, I thought that was supposed to be there at launch. Where is it? Even Blizzard themselves were confused about what point the new dragon riding mount was supposed to come out. Was it week 1? Was it week 2? Conflicting sources from the company, or reports from the company. And I think to me that just speaks to an environment of chaos, of turnover, and that stuff is really not good. So
I think it's also probably just the fact that they're doing a lot. Like, they're releasing WoW content faster than they've ever released WoW content before, And there's just gonna be more fuck-ups. Like, if you roll the dice 5 times, you're probably gonna have less ones than if you roll them 50 times, even with the same mistake ratio.
That was the bit that I get worried about here. As a WoW player, Dragonflight has been built up with a very flexible work policy with no mandated return to the office. And all that I can say as somebody who covers that game, partially for a living, played that game since I was a kid, I look at this and I think like, right, so Dragonflight's probably the best expansion they've done since Legion. From a systems design perspective, it's a better expansion than Legion, and from a content cadence perspective, it's basically the most competitive this game has ever been. They managed to ship all of this while working from home.
Yeah, I think Legion for its time was way better than Dragonflight, but I think objectively Dragonflight has better systems than Legion. A lot of people remember Legion as 7.35, but the majority of Legion was trash.
And of course, with the way the production cycles and games work,
but for its time, it was insane.
Now, people will have been working on that in 2022, right? So now I'm beginning to worry, well, if the team starts to have lots of attrition, what's that going to mean for the content that's being created now? It's in pre-production. Does that mean our patch?
I wonder, like, what their thinking was that, like, the fucking last boss of the raid is just a dragon. It's like just this loser, like, who cares about this guy? Like, why is he here? Like, get him out of here. Shut up. Yeah, it's like a fucking... Like, gives a fuck. Who thought this was gonna... Yeah, it's not even a normal... Yeah, it's just one of Skinny Boys. Yeah, it's not even a cool dragon.
Oh, it's in pre-production. Does that mean our patches will get smaller and more spaced apart? Does that mean the next expansion may not have as much stuff as we would like? And you are forced to think, probably. So if you're a Diablo 4 player, I really do think this is a notable worry. I would also say, especially because of cultural issues, we look at 2 examples of, well, one of them is,
I will say the Diablo 4 team, it's really great because, like, especially Rod and the other guy, whatever his name is, these guys have the exact same energy as 2 of the older neckbeards at, like, a comic shop. They know more about every comic than you know, and they're not afraid to remind you about it. And they will. They have all the cards that you want in Magic the Gathering. They're smarter than you, and they're gonna lord that over you. I remember, like, how many of you guys went to, like, a card shop back in the day, and you were, you're doing, like, Magic the Gathering, like, that was for me, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon, and there was, like, a few of the guys there that, like, they were older, and they had this massive fucking ego about it. That's the exact same kind of vibes that they have on the Diablo 4 team, and I think it's great. Especially
organic
those
growth,
2 guys.
Organic growth. So the organic growth, Diablo team. I suppose not much. Anyway, it's the relabeling of Vicarious Visions.
Augustia prije no što smo počeli party, znaš.
Hey, your culture, your name, everything.
Kako možeš bre da jedeš? Kako možeš da jedeš? On jede.
So, bad vibes, bad morale. The company they acquired, World of Warcraft development pipeline. Bad morale, bad shit going on. we have reports of game directors, I'm going to assume means, like, Ian has a co-star. I mean, we can, you know, as an example, while playing, see Ian doing interviews. I forget the name of the game director of Diablo, but he did the same thing.
Rod Ferguson, yeah.
Diablo Land. You know, you see Ian sitting there having to do those PR interviews, while we have leaks saying that he's trying to complain up the chain that the remote office, or, you know, the return to office thing is damaging his team and his ability to, and his production team's ability to actually ship the game. And it's like, cool. So there he is, having to do all of these interviews about the new content in the game. Secretly, what, behind the scenes, what's he doing? What are the things that are stressing him about his job? Is it some sort of, oh my god, management is us? Oh, it's kind of what you're almost supposed to assume. So that's the situation, everybody.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, that's the way a lot of companies are. It's just an unfortunate reality.
Impact the consumer-facing side of Diablo 4, because, here's the thing, the store content won't go away. The thing that will contract is the content that you get to play for free in every season. The more that this team gets damaged, the more that, you know, the thing that there's, I suppose, friends are goodwill with, so that we will allow the store, and so that we'll, you know, it will feel like, okay, we're getting lots of free updates, therefore we accept your store. Well, their ability to actually deliver on that content may decrease. So we'll have to see how it goes. Overall, here's my perspective. Does it seem like it's pay to win? No. If they're running the game like this, is this a reasonable way to do it? I would say yes. You know, in the action RPG genre, paid cosmetics is a thing, right? Like Warframe, Path of Exile, all of that. If you end up getting an experience,
people will allow paid cosmetics in games now. Like any game that's not selling paid cosmetics is leaving money on the table. I'm glad that there are still games that are willing to do that for the integrity of their game, but you should never expect that to happen. It sucks. It fucking sucks. But gaming is so big, and guys, that's just the way it is.
Feels comparatively premium from D4, then I mean that would be pretty good. Closed. Now for me that was mostly because it was very cinematic. It was very just very well put together and high quality.
Pali boss.
Much. There may be more thinking about build craft.
Oh.
Anyway, that is the situation. A big thank you to you for watching this video. Let me know what you think about the prospects of this company. What do you think about you know, this idea of you know, of their turnover? It's like right as the time seems good, they also seem progressing. Anyway, have a good one. Support the sponsor to support us. We'll see you next time.
It's a good video. Too often, paid cosmetics are a gateway to pay to win. Well, we'll deal with that whenever we get to it. That's what I would say, but yeah, what's your solution to monetize the game and produce content then? Oh, I don't know. I mean, I think it depends on the type of content and the type of game. Like for an MMO, I'd prefer a subscription personally. I think subscription models are better, and I think that if you have a game that's enjoyable...
Ne znam, 500.
Kak igra je u kurcu skroz.
300, ludilo,
Treba da povećaju broj servera, a ne daju im se
pa zašto da povećaju? Jel igraš igru? Zašto da je povećaju? Zašto da je povećaju? Znači gubiš pare. Što bi ja kupio server kad ti igraš igru? Prestani da igraš jevenu igru, pa će napraviti servere, razumeš li? Prestani da igraš. Odmah ugasi. Prestani da igraš.
Je u pauze ili...
Kapiraš? Dok god vi vičete, serveri nisu dobri, ping, ali ipak ću odigrati koji meč.
Pauza.
Prestani da igraš, razumeš? Prestani. Samo prestani. Po to sam Rumunu poslao isto. Rumun kaže, ja ovi Battle Passovi, ja ovo ono. Ja kažem, prestani da kupuješ Battle Passove, si normalno. On kupi Battle Pass za Warzone, kupi Battle Pass za Dotu, razumeš? Kupi sljedeći put i za Hunt, pa onda se ubi. Samo prestani. Neću se šlogirati, nemojte da kukate kako su serveri loši. Prestanite da igrate igru. I onda će Crytek sesti za 100 i reći ok, ako nećemo svi igrači da odu ili da ugasimo igru, znači moramo što da uradimo. Znaju šta treba da urade, ali ne moraju. Zašto bi ja plaćao bolje servere kad ne moram? Ne moram, razumeš? I dalje ćeš igrati tu igru. Evo Borisu sam rekao, nemoj da igraš igru dok ne popravi server. On je rekao, hoću da završim onaj event. Ja rekao, dobro, da igraj dalje i nemoj da kukaš više.
Evo završio sam, a na krećima to oni strati.
Dok ti neko ne pozove da igrati.
Ono brljoj na sinoć, boli me kurac,
Ja nešto ne verujem u to.
Treba biti karakter. Moj deda je pušio od 13. godine do 40. neke,
a ja
znaš.
već upalio drugu igru.
I onda je ostavio cigare. Rekao je da mu ono,
pa reka si
smeta
pauza,
i
još
neće
si izašla,
više,
evo.
skupo mu je. I
Da
do
nije vete normalno.
70. nije pušio.
A jes, pa ješ čuo Đape ono, pauza, izlazi čovjek iz igre i to je to.
Čovječe, ja nisam jeo dok sam igrao, brate, pobio sam, brate, trojicu, to jest dvoje i jedan nas izgleda.
Sam isto Ilija, čovjek reka pauza, izlazi iz igre i sad opet ulazi.
Vidiš da je bolestan.
Prso smutno.
Ja ništa nisam rekao, ja igram.
Pa ako hoćete možemo nastaviti, meni isti kurac.
Niste ni prekidali, Milan je taj koji je pozirao.
Majtek je rekao, dum.
Sviđa mi se ovaj Diablo kida, evo.
Znači, mi smo dobro odigrali, a kad je došao čitati server. Evo ti.
Ali za to je lepo sve svoje
Najgora stvar što se ja jasnije čujem dok jedan od tih se tim mikrofonom.
Odmah ja pričam iz šuka, jebo. Jebo mater, kupit ću Blue Yeti mikrofon pa ću vas karati sve u dupe.
Tako je.
Nemoj.
Znaš šta, gledaj, ja imam Blue Yeti, ali nisam uspio da ga iskonfigurišem nikako.
Odlično ti konfigurisan, razdaljuješ nas.
Odlično, vrati onaj klip. Vlado, jedi govna.
Tu sam veka.
Jedi govna.
A ne, ali samo ovako kad krenu.
Jeste, momci, šta se radi?
To ne smeti me.
Ma, sve u redu.
Mi smo svi ovdje jako dugo, znam da čovjek nije mislio iz neke...
Naravno da nisi.
Ado,
Molim?
kako nisi uspio da biti?
Pa kažem, znamo se jako dugo, znam da čovjek nije mislio iz neke...
Nisi uspio da biti konfigurišen.
Kako nisi uspio da porediš?
Znamo se jako dugo i znam da nije...
Ama pitanje kako nisi poredio mikrofon.
Nije to bilo pitanje.
Ana, to nije...
A, znamo se jako dugo, to je to. To je to, ipak se dugo znamo ovdje.
Ko Milan? Ko Milan? Mali Milan.
Daj, Snake.
Ipak me znate jako dugo.
Ali ipak sve vrame. Imate postaće mim, no?
Ne, ima bolja fora. Vlado, kako smo ono jučer rekli? Nije on lud od juče.
Ja, a?
Ne, nije to bilo za tebe. To je bilo za jednog gospodina na kanalu ovdje.
Evo ga dolazi, taj gospodin.
Taj što izlazi iz igre stalno.
Dajem se, sluš.
Evo samo da nešto rešim. U problemu sam beka, čekaj.
Gdje si sam Perino? Zamisli Snake, on kaže izlazimo i posle 3 sekundi Voli da igrate.
Pa ja još ušao u Diablo, računam čovjek pauzu pravi, šta znam. I ušao u misiju već. Pa jes, što jes.
A šta, pa rekao je samo to. Ne mora to da znači da nećemo da...
I beka.
Aj, baš čovjek, skroz.
Pa reka si u fazonu daj da napravimo pauzu, kao nešto tako.
Pa, njemu trenutno odgovara ta pauza, znaš. Ne znam kako ti objasnim.
Ja tebe...
Si rekao, ja tebe volim više od svega, a ti mene ne.
Da.
Dobra je ovo igra, baš mi se sviđa ono, samo što kažeš dosta košta u pičku, materinu. 70 dolara, to je koliko evra, Snake, tih američkih.
Kroz 70 evra. Može evra 2 gore dolara.
Da.
A što ste rekli?
Tu jebote, 70 evra.
No, to meni nije problem ako hoću da kupim samo to, ako ne budu neki battle passovi, neka govna da moram da kupujem svaki 3 mjeseca.
Jes, što jes, a sviđa mi se igra baš ono.
Kako da ne bude tvoj prizad?
A znam, to me i brine.
I ti meni kaži.
Kad ćemo ti opet igrat taj Remnant?
Kad hoćeš? Čekaj, prvo moramo hunt, nema...
Morate spoštovat Milan.
Mora da se...
Pa sad sam izašao iz igre i opet ulazim. Kak budala evo.
Moram pakat da se završi.
Jeste li pod ugovorom vas dvojica?
Izgleda jesmo se i viš ti šta je.
Ne, je li moguće ovo?
Radi čovjek.
Ulazimo iz igre, u sekundu izlazimo i onda poslije ćemo još igrati. Pa
Vozi vas...
Ovo stvarno nema...
Milan da vas vozi na mali gas, a?
Dobro. Na len.
Dobra. Brinem se sad.
Ti budi samo...
Budi tu, samo budi tu, samo budi tu.
Uz jaši.
Slušaj, nemoj s njim ga razvijemo.
Ma šta je radio, čovjek meni normalno, ponesi mi je bilo u glavu, on mora da se leči.
A šta beka, šta? Je. Ej.
Budi jak.
Pa su se popičkali na kraju.
Čekaj,
A ne, nego... Nije to svađa bila ti i Kesić. Jednostavno sam mu rekao da... Ne želim da plaćam kozmetiku. A to sve te ne mogu da kapiram.
a jel moguće opet? Je moguće ovo?
A Milano je bio idol sa repenim već.
A što idol?
Jel laže Nenade? Oj Nenade.
Pa čekaj, jel ti on bio idol, bek?
Idol nego šta?
Jeste, bio mu idol. I on je prvo otišao sa Singularityjem, a kad je vidio da ga Singularity ne jebe na 3%, on se vratio kod nas. Jeste!
Idol.
Jeste! Slušaj, otišao je tamo kod njega i kad je vidio da ga ovaj ne jebe ni 3%, se vratio kod nas.
Milan, prodaran.
A odakle je taj, beka? Odakle je taj?
Ivan čovjek.
Odlično, nosi ga kući Boris.
Čiva. Jao. Džape, čuješ i ti ovo, Džape?
Strašno. Šta radi
Ivan čovjek.
Stara kakva je.
Za to je to da cekne, znaš.
Za šta?
Zato što nije on meni dao nalog od Diabla, a ne njemu.
Pa šta će mu nalog za Diablo? To je retard. Da bi mogo da ima 2, šta?
Ma on imao 5 naloga, bro.
Da ga benchmarkuje.
Pa ne, kaže da je igrao Diablo samo da bi dokazao tebi ovaj sretan.
Meni?
Nešto pokaziva, jes?
Znaš kakva je to bila igra, Kesić? Ja pokupim stvari, onda te pitam, valja li ovo, Kesić? Da misli?
Pobacati gaće,
ubiješ monstera, dropuje ti item, ja te pitam, Kesić, valja li ovo, znaš? Izbaci pola inventara, onda ti, jem li ovo bolje?
To je ono ko kad imaš švedski stol, pa onda ne znaš ti kako da jedeš, pa onda pitaš drugog, ej, je li ovo,
A ne zajebavaj.
Jes, to je takva igra bila, užasno.
Opa, ljudi.
A Singularity je trebao, on je bolest, znači ono.
aj stari se. Sada Diablo.
Nije Diablo u pitanju, nego...
kući neko je, rašite ovu. Ovo jedan bije bossa od jako. Dobro onda nisu kući. Ako ga ne. Žica. Spolja, hitovan! Ja mrtav. Pikaj tamo, Kešiću.
Pikam. Hitovan! Čućeš gdje se healuje.
Znate zašto sam flashom?
Napolje su obojica!
Brate, jebate.
Brate, jebote, a?
Desno, Milane. Ostoj za nje lik. Lakilaj se.
Zato što nema veze gdje gledaš, bacio flešku iza tebe.
Čekaj, čuti!
Čut bre.
Sad ga raši.
Ti dao dozvolu da govoriš.
Raši ga, dići će svoje.
Hvala. Evo.
Pikate.
Jebem ti mater!
Trade!
Svidi ono!
Bravo. Nema veze, mrtvi su. Bitno je da su mrtvi, koji ih jebe.
To je bio trade.
Jebem ti mater!
Ovo je već...
Evo te, moguće da ova igra
Ovo je već dobra igra, znaš.
Ovo je već...
Znaš ti igraš igricu? I jedan ubijete drugog, ono kao, znaš. Kao oni su vjerovatno na to i ciljevi. Opa, Feniks. Idemo... Može Sparkson to odmah da se kombinuje. Chain i Sparks. Šta je sa igrom? I to opet pitaš posle 5000 sati.
Nije ti jasno.
Šta je sa igrom? Aj jebate, zamisli to.
I'm not ready yet.
Na.
Ova kiša neće cijel dan prolaziti. Ili tamo pada Vlado, ne? Katastrofa je.
Šta je ovo jebo?
Well done.
Ljudi, šta je ovo?
Jape, kada zima stiže jebote, a ne leto. Jel?
Strašno. Gledaj samo napolje, ja gledam kroz prozor, vidim drveće naš, ono.
Ja sam uključio
Pa crnilo isto identično kao da će snijeg da krene jebote.
Znači ovo je, ja se osjećam kao da sam bolestan, ono fazom, znaš kao, treba da...
Psihički bolestan da kažemo.
Treba da šorc uzmeš i vrate majicu, a u stvari hladno. Ne razumijem.
Osjećam se kao u zatvoru jebote.
A nije problem to, nego samo da je zagreno, da je toplo.
Kako će mene neko smać odavde?
Neće. Vidim ja odavde, nema nikog. Puko bi ja prvi.
Nema šta, na isto mjesto je boss.
Što, slacrkao sam?
Pa pretpostavljam.
Vadi pare.
Krematorium ili crkva može biti.
A gdje je? Gdje je kokain? Pa po govnu.
Nema što, crkva ili Starterhouse. Ljudi vamo je.
Čujem.
U crkvu. Kitoan, mamu mu jebem, ovo je headshot trebao biti. Tu jebem ti mate.
Sam ja opo. Jebeni ti familiju, pičku.
Headshot jedan dobio, headshot. Ajmo akcije.
Idem.
Pomoć.
Idem polako. Polako ću.
Vamo beka.
Dao sam headshot ovo jedno.
Sa chainom.
Bravo.
Fenirao si headshot.
Da. Fino.
Welcome.
Idona.
Ovoga sam 2 puta headova. Op, druga ekipa! Ujebem ti mater!
Dao sam headshot ovo.
Svagima.
Daj tepem ništa ovi pušao.
Goodbye for now.
Opet puše.
Ne.
Ete, GG smo, ja neću ništa.
Ao, Jan. Kidaj žicu, beka. Aj, jebi ga. To. To, đape. Ja moguće ovo, jebot. Sve ekipe su ovdje, jebot. Viš da se pucaju ovi.
Vidi ga ovaj otišao gore. Moguće da je ovo oliko lud. Ne čujem ništa. Crnac. Bomba, flash.
Bravo. Jes. Još dva čovjeka, džape.
Dobro.
As I'm sure you know, the process will break down the original object.
Penny shot, Alamo, tu, odmah iza toga.
A puši li ti na groblje? Headshot. Lagan. Priš.
Levo od tebe.
Baš prišao.
Nije prišao. Ne tu nego...
Brate, ne čujem ništa.
Tamo gdje gledaš sad. Ne tu nego levo još, tu. I tu. Eto ga. Odmah tu.
Ne čujem ništa. A buše, brate, čuješ ti?
Opet buše, evo, pa je moguće to.
Čujete vi ovo, jeste jebote?
Evo, opet se buše.
Opet daša stream snajpuju, već. Ajme, burgija, pa je.
Opet ga burgija, jebote.
Strašno. Katastrofa, već. Majke mi, ovo, ništa ne čujem, nemam fokus nikakav. Izgubio sam osjećaj, ne čujem. Koga jebe, be? Nema ovdje kućne, nije ovo stan.
4 čovjeka sam ubio.
Roke, karan.
Čujete vi ovo? Hoćete lakše da... Samo pali stream i brate, čućeš tamo kako burgija. Spark sniper je. Možeš spark sniper malo. Ko? Gde si Milky?
Milky Way.
Viš ti Milky šta mi rade, be?
Dobro te burgijaju, jebaj.
Jebu mi majku.
Strašno.
Ma da bre, već. Ovako. Jesi vidio Snake Fanning headshot?
Pa ja sam to klipnuo.
Da, vidio sam, vidi.
Ja sam učinila
Si
čuda.
vidio ono,
Ja sam
čisto
majka
random.
šestara dece.
Prvi, brate, metak insta, ono.
Da me bude moj kralj.
Jebote, tek podne, a čovjek bi rekao da je 8 sati uveče.
Hladno sinovi.
Neko vreme čudno je.
What the fuck was that?
Kako je neka sreća kad se Hunt igra, pa to nema ničega.
Brate, pa njemu je ovo lepše nego da, brate, jebe, znaš?
Pa 100%.
Jeste? Milion posto. Vidim da ovamo desno vidi spam. Evo da se popnem u stvari. Dižem vrana ovdje, boli me kurac.
Opet ping skače, znaš. Je li vama veći od 50?
Nije, meni je 2 cm.
Ali povremeno skoči, jeli?
Povremeno da, povremeno skoči.
Snake!
Što ti?
Meni povremeno skoči.
Ovaj, dalje ne znam čemu pričam.
Trolere.
Evo, moguće ovo.
Nema što, svidbel.
Povremeno skoči. Idite tam neko headshot. Daj, neko.
Svidbel.
Nema nikog ovdje da se pam. Ranj. Idem s vama. Vudi pare. Povremeno skoči, kako si ti Snake?
Kvaran.
Kao da
kao
neće,
mućek.
Pa nije mu džabe nik Snake u Frost, čuš, ne može biti niko veća zmija nego on, bre. Pa jeste.
Pošteno.
To je bilo za pohvalu.
Crveno mi ovo stoji stalno sa strane.
Latencija.
Gotovo.
To ti je završeno.
Op.
A su već stigli. Držite se, braću.
Bugari.
Halo, Mugani! Nema spavanja!
Hitovan, džape.
Odo da ih flankujem, stani. Držite se.
Džape 180, 195. Tebi je to 120, 135.
Okay. Welcome to my channel.
Headshot.
A što se čini? Idem.
Tu je headshot to.
Kako nije headshot, jebote?
Beka iza, beka.
Hitovan! Rađe ga s nožima, stani. Ubio sam ga s nožima. Neko je pucao još, sa strane. Puca me lik! Beži tamo, prema tamo beži! Beži bre, puša nas ljudi bre! Druga ekipa skroz. Nošu piču.
To je bounty ekipa onda. Stvari nije.
Da, Vesta, da, Northwest.
Puca me neko. To je otrovna ampula.
Mi smo bili troje, tako?
Da.
Vidim ga.
Gdje?
Ona časna sestra. Margarita. Da mu pomogu.
Puca neko silencom, Jumpe, osmatračica.
Da, ne
Hit
mogu
on.
da pušim, pokušavam.
Hit on.
Čekala se. Pomozi Milan. Ajmo oko njega, dići će ovog svog. Ajde, puši ga.
Desto, pazi desto.
Hit on. Jebi ga. Ima metal! I govno jebem u mate. Bravo, healaj se! Ne s tim, s onim većim. Ako nemaš. Healaj se napunito, rašat. Baci mu žicu, viš ga se žicu. Uzda malo. Lagano, tu okolo malo.
Diže svog.
Ubi ga, raše ga. Jebi ga. Saga, 3 fire.
Šeben ti mater!
Jebi ga, timing.
A jebote, ne mogu da vjerujem.
Agresivnije si malčici trebali, nema vese.
Vatra me zajebala, vatru mi je bacio ovamo,
ponovo nas napada čitav server, brate. Od ovrh, brate, napada nas čitav server, brate, uzastopno. Bijemo jednu ekipu, dolazi druga. Opušteno onaj strajk. Čitav server smrdljivi. Ebre, odjebite, brate, jedan po jedan dođite, a ne svi odjedam. Dobre FPS to je da burgin.
Dok ne bude drugi prozor, mogu
Da. Ću da igram s part snajperom. Igra mi se malo sa snajperom, ne mogu se što, malo me smorio.
Što ne?
Malo taktiku. Milane, još samo tačno 28 ranka, da ja posle buđim mosinku i onda automatik.
Automatik koštaju 1500 po komadu.
Dobro, šta?
Neće se ti smoriti toliko, igraš s Milanom, ne možeš toliko para zaraditi.
Svakako ovaj njegov gameplay prolazi zato što ljudi nisu svjesni da neko nisu, ono, znaš, da nisi neki ludak nosi sablju, već, ono, da bi
Da, nisi.
Evo ga ovaj tamo urla, skuvajte mi kafu. Počni.
Počni!
Pa jes, nakon njega... on samo na duga. Počni.
pozor, bre na kip, kakav sam ja debil, sunce ti jebe. Težak, bet.
Došao pušten. Dešava se.
Meni srećo trebaš ti, dok ti su prokleti. Nisam takva je.
Bogatstvo mi treba.
Meni srećo treba hunt, jer sam ja Milan Beladata. Ajmo ne sreću, što to ne sreću. Aj ne sreću.
Kako laguje server, šta je ovo evo? Šta, Giros?
Ja imam depresiju.
Ma ja to sam pojedem cijelo pakovanje.
Sea of Thieves misliš? Jeli?
Cijelo pakovanje sam očistim. A čuš. Po mogućnosti nemojte mi bez 2 pakovanja dolaziti.
Da.
A čuš.
Igra mi se Sea of Thieves.
Kako ne, pa to je najjače nešto, 100%.
No, fort.
Bez 2 pakovanja mi nemoj dolaziti. Ne boj se, poješću ja iza tebe.
Šta znamo?
Ništa. Šta znam da ništa ne znam.
Zamisli kakav je to kombo. Jedeš
Od kad mi stomak traži.
I igraš Sea of Thieves, bit. A je? Ja, ljudi!
Gdje?
Ne. Ja mislim da su ljudi, a slučajno sam emulatora s nožem zakačio. I ste to vi? Verovatno ste vi. Ne,
Džape, ljudi, kod forte.
Jasno. Dobro sam čuo. Širem ti mater. Sad samo Sparkson da me pogodi.
Kod forte ovamo.
Vrete, ubiti tog emulatora. Glavu mi izlazi. Aha. Sad ću ti jebati mater. Sad ću ti jebati mater. Opa, burgija. Hitovan! Ne mogu, ovaj opet vidi tajminga, kad treba da pucam ovaj puši, brate. Mrš!
Ko da zna kad treba da gađaš, jeba.
Mršo pičku, mat.
Ušli su u fort neki.
Neko otišao desno, znaš, nisu svi ušli.
Da. A ovi dižu vrane, a skredbik je u fort, diže vrane. Čuješ?
Dobro.
Oni su krenuli da ga rade, znaš?
A i ovaj mene radi ovdje.
Radi ti oglavi danas.
Aha.
Da.
Uđeš mi muda. Evo.
Imate terminus ovamo, video sam ga free ostavljen.
Ne, nemam levering. S druge strane. Polako, kekara.
A ne može, lago je, brate, server, jebe mu mater.
Samo lagano, ja ne čujem ništa, ovaj puš. Sad ćemo mi to da rešimo.
Svidio koji lag.
Vidio si. Ne čujem ništa, brate, ne čujem ništa. Popuši mi.
Čovjek ne maši.
Ne čujem ništa. Ne čujem, daće mi neko catch-shot, ne čujem ništa! Jebem li ti familiju mrtvu ja. Jebem familiju. Ne vidim gdje su. Tu su negdje, čekaju me, znaš?
Da, tu negdje. Gdje gledaš?
A džabe, ali ja ne čujem ništa. Ne čujem. Šta da radim? Kaži mi. Pa jebate. Popuši mi kurac, majmune. Jebat će ti kevu, piču. Baš jebem ti mater. Ne mogu, nemam fokus. Nemam nikakav fokus. Sad ću ja da vidim što je. Žabću. Stani bre s višnjom. Ne mogu, skroz sam isključen iz igre, bre. Ne može, ovi drndaju, ovi ulaze ovamo, oni tamo, ovaj si hila pola sata.
Ovaj traži od jagode.
Jebote! Pa to ti kažem, šta ćeš Milane, počni, hoćeš li cheesecake? Ili ne znam. Jebote, život. Kako? Ništa nisam čuo. Ne znam ni gdje fizički i šta radi. Ispao sam iz forme skoro. Normalno kad 15 dana nisam igrao.
Maček je tu. To je tu. Čekaj, ne mogu. Spirit, vidiš desni bar, zeleni. Levi klik ti je ono generator, desni klik ti je... Ja.
A čekaj, šta? Nekom tam sam se pretvara, šta?
Stavi preko toga skilla na levi klik miša. Imaš tu levi desni klik miša, vidiš. Stavi. Ovdje. Šta? Gdje si?
Ti gledaj.
Tekaj. Gdje ćeš? Svuda ga ima. Mjau, mjau.
Desale je, a mi danas nismo igrali desale.
Ne, kurcu fala.
Aj jebote, kerovi retardirani. Ne možeš da se... Ne možeš da ih ubiješ, a ono da te nataknu.
Šta misliš Ilija, do kad će trajati ova free verzija?
Danas, sutra.
A daj, ne sprdaj se jebote, dan, dva i gotovo.
A to je da ljudi...
Neću ni da skidam.
To je da probaš igru da vidiš da li da daješ $70. Jeste, upravo zato. Razumeš? Da ne bude, ovo košta $70. Ok, probaj, ako ti ne sviđa, na svoju stranu. Da vratiš i...
Nemaš da vraćaš ti kod Blizzarda, mislim da nema ni fond.
A ovo ti je free verzija, imaš da...
A stane, ali kad kupiš nešto ne može da ih
fondaš. Što bi kupovao, možda probaš.
Zato su ti dali free da probaš.
Da razmisliš dobro, da li...
Razmisli na nam se.
Hoće, šta će.
Ne vjerujem, Path of Exile 2 treba da izađe sljedeći mjesec, znaš? I Path of Exile 2 će ti imati staru kampanju i novu.
I bit će besplatno.
Kao opcije.
Evo ga ja opet
Fisher. Opet Burgija ili šta?
Imaš sve opcije,
Fino
znaš,
ti se
nemaš,
piše
recimo
danas.
imam ovo, gledaj, Shift C, vidiš, imam ove, to je kao svaka klasa ima taj Spirit Boon. Ali nemam taj quest, zato što je ovo demo i...
Ovaj je rešio da ti cijel dan oglavi radi.
Imaš i pare za neke ability, slično kao što je na gridu, onome Path of Exile. Samo ne znam gdje je. Slušaj, ajde sad na posao, ako hoćeš ti sjedi pa igra, ako hoćeš par sati imaš danas i jutra. Danas i jutra ujutro ima free ova. Koji? A igra se ono Princess.
A je ono veštački diše ti da je to sramot. Ja izabrao hard, znaš.
Da.
Ono, okej.
Ima ih više ili šta?
Pa ne, ja. Da, više ih ima.
Više ih ima, ne mogu biti jače, mogu imati više healtha na tvoj.
Golda ima 75% i ne znam, fora ono, ja sam veteran, prekaljeni pa i znam sve cake i onda ono, druže. Heroji su, ne znam, ti si ono, 10. ovaj 16. ono, znaš. Tako te fore.
Da.
And fun to play, people will pay a sub for.
Gdje je taj?
Gledaj ja, brat, neću da igram bre, šta je ovo, magnet sam za oružje, vidi ovaj zombi, crkva majci.
Gore u ovaj kurat.
Moram oko, vidi ovaj zombi, vidi ovaj zombi. Ovako, Milane, učito srce. Spektra, ovo mi reci je. Ajmo. Ovi nisu normalni, majki.
Burgijaju i dalje.
Crknu im majci da crknu. Jebe im majku, pičku ja.
Recite kak krećete.
Ne krećemo, stojimo ovdje ovako. A hoću da ih čujem, uzeo sam spektru. Znaš sam spektru. Nemoj ništa da Milane radiš.
Hitoan. Hitoan beka.
Zaspalio sam.
Hitoan. Umro je sa delayom.
Ozbiljno.
Brate, ne mogu da čujem ništa, ne znam ni šta radim, ovo ispred mene slobodno.
Juče uzem mi se čovjeka sa bom lensom, on
Beka
padne na
moramo
zemlju,
gore, Beka!
padne na jednu zemlju
Šta se dešava?
i pukne šotke i ja umrem.
Diži.
A meteor čovjek, evo ti.
To je to.
Šta se dešava?
Znači, tačno, sviramo kako sa zemlje puca u mene.
Raši ga. I to on.
A to ti je nova opcija u Huntu, da legneš.
A što se radi?
To Milan,
Moguće
to
ovo.
Milan zna te fore.
Ja gledam i ne verujem. Ne verujem da se ono dešava.
Ljudi!
Koji ljudi bre?
Druga ekipa.
Gdje bre?
Nije, ja?
Nema nikog,
Ma
ovo
jo.
sad udara čekićem, je li ovo moguće bre?
Ću udara čekiće se.
Znam. Šta se desilo? On je umro poslije pola sata.
Pa umro sa delayom, ja ga pucam, poslije 3-4 sekunde umire. Zamisli to ili?
Ajmo u Lower the Sal, čekaju nas ovamo.
Ima li heal gdje, Beka?
Ili ćete u fort da izginete. Birajte. A to ti kažem, ali moramo u Desale. Pušti meni. Ajmo je. Prijete. Puc. Razvojam.
Ovi su na kraju mape, ovi kada izlaze napolje, znaš.
Da, rekao sam ti da čekaj. Da nađeš Huntera, ne? Bertije je ovdje.
Isto rekao za Milana, misliš, ako ga interesa?
Malo da...
Vežba, malo da vežba.
Centriši Dragiša, već si malo. Ovdje stikerovi, šta ima?
Dileni si rekao.
Dileni si rekao?
Si rekao delay? Nije.
Evo ga, sad trebaš ovdje mleka, a šta radi? Kako ga živi, bil?
Da ublaži kasator, šta?
Postoje li lepše mjesto, mislim, bolje od ovoga nego što on sad ima?
Ta jazbina.
Jedeš li?
Ta jazbina, tako, tačno se. Au, brat. Vratim se.
Samo da te neko ne ugasi.
Kažu da su predali 500 bazuka, ili 700.
Gdje?
Onih iz Prvog svjetskog rata, ili? Ili misliš na RPG-e, šta?
Na RPG.
A, pa dobro.
Zoni, kako god.
Ručni raketni lancer. Ako te neko pita. RRB. Ručni raketni bacač, da. Bazuka ti je američki iz Prvog svjetskog rata. Ako si mislio na to.
Evo neka budala od 13 godina napala ženu i još jednog od 17 godina.
To je sad postalo u modi. Nasilje. Ili nikad nije izlazili. Čekaj, tek si sad počeo da vraćaš pažnju na crnu hroniku ili...
Valja li što?
Najviše u Novom Sadu i u Šapcu predaju.
Čega?
Oružje.
Kažu u Šapcu sve upola cene.
To je to.
I idemo na hitan prijem još 1200 policajaca. Znači, sve policijske države.
Kuba 2.
Jedan policajac. A sam ja ti ja lično idiotno.
Ovo mi kupe, čim završi školu mogu naći posao.
Slušaj, ti ja lično idiotno. Nije tačno, evo.
Odradiš kurs i vidimo se.
Nije. Evo, sa mnom na fakultetu još jednom. Završio taj kurs za policajca, i ništa ide prima. I ono nije tamo da ga primi.
Evo, počeo meč ovdje.
Ko nije tamo da ga primi?
Dobro, da sam ponao šotku, da sam ponao snajper.
Ajmo, naša oni čovjek, colony ship, a post vidite.
Pa, šta si misli? A ne bi ponao bez gledanja. Pa će mi termino bez gledanja.
To je spavno, bear trap.
Romero mi boji. Da, neću, zato što imam ja level. Što ti njega, majke ti? Ako radiš Romero, daj mi ti tebe. Naravno da neću, imam leveling.
Čekaj, peđe ko te jebe, a? Ta varijanta.
Da, bitan je ovo.
A mislim šta će to tebi, ti jednako radiš prestiž.
Da. Šta će tebi ovo, onako radim prestiž. Au, hoćete u Brickforce? Možete gore kod Blank Brinerija, bolje da idemo u Brickforce. I gore je već boss mrtav. Nije mrtav, ali...
I znači drotovi.
Kako će bili drotovi?
Windy run, jel?
Budeš u taban.
Gdje ćeš tamo, Beka? To ti je drugi boss.
Zato što je taj boss skroz gore.
Morat ću ja kuze kad budem kod djevojke krenuo danas taj Runka Sato da ga očistim, do pola puta ću ga ja već očistit. Oko pola 4.
Šta? Na njih?
Tu, a? Samo go.
Ne mogu da čujem ništa.
Od ovoga što je burgija.
Polako, polako! Šta bio?
Ne znam. Neko se proteže. Šta gledam?
Ostavili oni bounty.
A, i otiš.
I što, uzet ćemo ga mi?
Možda vas čekaju, ne izlazim da mislite bounty.
Možda.
Nije, otišli se barem.
Što ste Gardija prebačili u drugi kanal?
Zato što nema 40 plus nego preko. Kako si?
Ma da, šta će? Nema nikoga. Pa Beka idemo napolje, stavili su nam bounty, jel? I drugi put.
Yes.
Ili na kobila.
Ako nađem konja terminus, a ne mora biti ono.
Češ ti da naručiš nešto? Da će donesi?
Naruči ubistvo, misliš?
Da si onaj. Ogradi. Vidi pap.
Yes.
napravljena, ko da je mrtva igra. Pa postoji igra Bioshock, znamo svi.
Kao Pac-Man.
Bila jedna, kaže Snake Milan, bila jedna igrica, zvala se Bioshock. Ko da je umrla jebot.
Amerika Engleska.
Ajao. To je njemu otvorilo oči. Odmah. Odmah, Sherlock. Mogu ću to. Ništa da nema u brate džepovima.
Nenade.
Kad?
Davno mi s Bilkijem.
Ajde.
Gdje si Kumara?
Viš kakav karakter ima.
Kumara, ali bači koju ima
Možeš
se mene.
da čujem se neko žalio na serveru.
Radi se. Gdje si kume? Ja sam njemu mutiran. A što se čini?
Nijeno je dolje u kanal, zato ti je mutiran. A Bioshock je u pitanju. Search better, tako si rekao.
Ti ko ono šilna.
Ču search better.
Ne, probaš još jednom.
No, kaže, kad si ti igrao Bioshock, kada si uzao search better.
Ja sam bar igrao Bioshock. Znaš Kesić.
Pa da.
Better.
Better.
Better. Lakše greju sve. It's just... Tekaran.
Pa gdje bi bio? Ma kako, pa bio sam pijem od dječka.
Nešto si mi nenat. Ultra. Razdanjivanje. Ljudi. Tamo češ. I mi agrovet, no? Log B. Log B, kok.
Preko vode će nas jebati. To zombi gazi grane.
Da. I jebemo materu.
Eto gdje.
Što idemo tamo?
Uškaraju se dobro tamo, a?
Idemo tamo.
Nagan ti rokaju u pulu, evo. Konja se treba ugasiti.
Da ovaj sad puši, bet.
Ajmo, beka. Hit on! Beka, hit on ti bi. Otvari mi vrate, ja ću mu žicu ubačiti. Sad ga diži.
Otišao na tamo ona vrati.
Hit on, gore. Ovamo je džape.
Dobro. To je.
Ovo je jedan džape.
Lako, pa lako. Da, i to. Lako, kjesit ću, dižem ga. Možete repovaš tu.
Hito on gore. Bravo, džape. Gore iznad, džape.
Dobro.
Bravo.
Još jedan.
Dva čovjeka napolje, dva.
Jebote, šta im radi?
Diži me nekrom, beka.
Interesting.
Stani u save samo. Sad.
Dva lik. Opa!
Slag ima.
Oni su nam dao po bonu. Treća ekipa došla, a unutra smo masakar. 2-1 na 3 smo prošli.
Show.
Ovo je ludilo, ovo nije bilo ovoliko akcije, ne sjećam se. Ali ovaj nam došao iza leđa, popio se double barrel sa slagom, tebi jednu bonu meni. On samo bitno da nas samo takne. To je i radio. Ja sam full HP imao, double slag. 4 kila su i...
Ja 2. Ti si jednog ubio, vjerojatno.
Imamo sniper sada mislim.
Unlucky ovo bilo, double barrel slug. A žica je tu bio.
Može. Sviđa mi se.
Ovdje nešto sija, šta je ovo?
Pa vodi go mrak da ti sija. Agator trap. Glupost.
Zašto je ovo dobro?
Za event onaj, to je za onaj quest line, to nije event.
A, event. To je event mini.
Jesi ti skuplja to Snake?
Ti je lud.
Nema poente to raditi.
Trčiš po mapi da skupljaš kavez.
Što najjače imamo toliko skinova da...
A meni to baš glupo Snake.
Tebi, nije samo tebi glims.
Tu kaveze da skupljam, pa nisam u zatvor jeboj.
Ne, nego to ti je tematski kao to što treba kao novi boss da izađe.
Dobra im je tematika, bojim se.
Pa onda si skupljao toteme, ne znam da li se sjećaš kad je dio na quest sa indijancima.
Uzimam trag. Uzimam trag, bek.
Mrtvi?
Ma pucam na pčelu mrtvu.
Welcome home.
Neću još,
Pa da.
ja imam snajper.
Ne vredi se zatvarati u taj boss layer, to je pakao, znaš.
Uopšte. No. Da ću ja headshot tako, ne brini se. Tako je. Merdevine mi ostavi samo. Neki stepenici, misliš merdevine?
Basamaci misliš.
Još ja onako crno brate glavi kakve stepenice.
For it. I like that.
Nenad, Milky Way,
you know, we kind of have to like make crisis maps of what content we can cut.
Pa jes, evo igraju
It's also like a big factor too, is like people probably, a lot of people probably don't want to work at Blizzard anymore because like, you know, you announce you work at Riot and people are like, oh wow, that's super cool, like I like Valorant, or oh, I used to play League but it made me hate my life so I don't play it anymore. But like you work at Blizzard and like people see that, they're like, oh wow, so did you molest anybody? Did you drink any breast milk lately? Oh, let me guess, did you kill another game? Why is WoW bad nowadays? It used to be so good and it sucks now. Like it's just like the social cachet is a lot lower than it used to be in 2005. 2010.
We've got producers at Blizzard working in World of Warcraft. They're just like, ah, fantastic, there's our plan. Oh dear, a bunch of people have left. Now to change the plan. And if you look at patch 10.1, I think 10.1 is actually, at its core, and especially if it had have all came out right, it's a fantastic patch. It is a patch that in terms of what it does to the gearing system of the game, which if you don't play WoW, just look, TLDR, major. One of the biggest wins I think we've had to a foundational pillar of World of Warcraft in a long time. Yet, it came out with a fuckload of bugs. Some content were like, I thought that was supposed to be there at launch. Where is it? Even Blizzard themselves were confused about what point the new dragon riding mount was supposed to come out. Was it week 1? Was it week 2? Conflicting sources from the company, or reports from the company. And I think to me that just speaks to an environment of chaos, of turnover, and that stuff is really not good. So
I think it's also probably just the fact that they're doing a lot. Like, they're releasing WoW content faster than they've ever released WoW content before, I would say. And there's just gonna be more fuck-ups. Like, if you roll the dice 5 times, you're probably gonna have less ones than if you roll them 50 times, even with the same mistake ratio.
That was the bit that I get worried about here. As a WoW player, Dragonflight has been built up with a very flexible work policy with no mandated return to the office. And all that I can say as somebody who covers that game, partially for a living and has played that game since I was a kid, I look at this and I think like, right, so Dragonflight's probably the best expansion they've done since Legion.
Yeah.
From a systems design perspective, it's a better expansion than Legion. And from a content cadence perspective, it's basically the most competitive this game has ever been. They managed to ship all of this while working from home.
Yeah, I think Legion for its time was way better than Dragonflight, but I think objectively Dragonflight has better systems than Legion. A lot of people remember Legion as 7.35, but the majority of Legion was trash.
And of course, with the way that production cycles and games work,
but for its time, it was insane.
Came out now, people will have been working on that in 2022, right? So now I'm beginning to worry, well, if the team starts to have lots of attrition, what's that going to mean for the content that's being, greenlit now? It's in pre-production. Does that mean our patches...
I wonder, like, what they're thinking was that, like, the fucking last boss of the raid is just a dragon. It's like just this loser. Like, who cares about this guy? Like, why is he here? Like, get him out of here. shut up. Yeah, it's like a fucking... Like, gives a fuck. Who thought this was a good... Yeah, it's not even a normal... Yeah, it's just one of Skinny Boys. Yeah, it's not even a cool dragon.
It's in pre-production. Does that mean our patches will get smaller and more spaced apart? Does that mean the next expansion may not have as much stuff as we would like? And you are forced to think, I mean, yeah, probably. I really do think this is a notable worry. I would also say, especially because of cultural issues, we look at two examples of, well, one of them is, I suppose...
Well, I will say the Diablo 4 team, it's really great because, like, especially Rod and the other guy, Joe Piora, whatever his name is, these guys have the exact same energy as two of the older neckbeards at, like, a comic shop. They know more about every comic than you know, and they're not afraid to remind you about it. And they will. They have all the cards that you want in Magic the Gathering. They're smarter than you, and they're gonna lord that over you. I remember, like, how many of you guys went to, like, a card shop back in the day, and you were, you know, you're doing, like, Magic the Gathering. Like, that was for me. Like, maybe you did Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon. And there was, like, a few of the guys there that, like, they were older and they had this massive fucking ego about it. That's the exact same kind of vibes that they have on the Diablo 4 team, and I think it's great. Especially
organic
those
growth,
two
the other one
guys.
is inorganic growth. So the organic growth to the Diablo team, I suppose, no, it would be kind of inorganic. Anyway, it's the relabeling of Vicarious Visions to be Blizzard Albany. Which to Vicarious Visions is like, hey, your culture, your name, everything, your old studio head, Jen O'Neill, instantly left as soon as she became co-leader of Blizzard because it was a shit show. So, turnover, bad vibes, bad morale. You look at Proletariat, the company they acquired to boost up the World of Warcraft development pipeline. Bad morale, bad shit going on. We have reports of game directors, which I'm going to assume means, like, Ian Hazzikostas. I mean, we can... You know, as an example, as well, you'll see Ian doing interviews. I forget the name of the game director of Diablo, but the same thing for
Rod
you guys
Ferguson,
over
yeah.
Diablo Land. You know, you see Ian sitting there having to do those PR interviews while we have leaks saying that he is trying to complain up the chain that the remote office, or, you know, the return to office thing is damaging his team and his ability to, and his production team's ability to actually ship the game. And it's like, cool. So there he is, having to do all of these interviews about the new content in the game. Secretly, what, like, behind the scenes, what's he doing? What are the things that are stressing him about his job? Is it some sort of, oh my god, management is poisoning us? Oh, it's kind of what you're almost forced to assume. So that's the situation, everybody. Will this...
Yeah, I mean, obviously, that's the way a lot of companies are. It's just an unfortunate reality.
Impact the consumer-facing side of Diablo 4, because here's the thing. The store content won't go away. The thing that will contract is the content that you get to play for free in every season.
Yeah.
The more that this team gets damaged, the more that, you know,